Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going over Tesla Model 3 performance audio system and everything you need to know about it. I will start with the placement of the speakers, then I'm gonna do some audio tests and just give you my conclusion. Model 3, the Cybertruck, the Y, everything uses the exact same speakers, the type of the speakers and everything else. The difference is the amount of speakers and the woofers. So the subwoofers or woofers are different between the models. That alone makes huge difference if you compare the different models of the Tesla. So 3 speakers in the front dash, 2 bigger woofers, 80 watts woofers are in the doors, in the front doors. And now the door in the front has the woofer, the 80 watt woofer, and it also has the little speaker. Then they still have the same tweeters that are up here in the door on each side. So there is quite a lot of sound in the front. Then the doors, the rear doors, each has one more speaker, the exact same placement, the exact same speaker from previous generations. Literally one-on-one. Nothing changed about the rear doors. And then we have the rear. As you know, the Model Y currently and previous Model 3 before the refresh used to have an actual subwoofer. It was a quite large subwoofer in the back right there on the right side. And if you go back to my channel, I made multiple videos with the Model Y, with the Model 3s about the audio system, and I showed you the woofer. So I moved the part of the trim so you can see the woofer because it was hidden behind the trim piece, but you can see how much that woofer was really like vibrating the entire car. So they removed that woofer, and what they did is that they're trying to utilize the space of the trunk as a woofer, but I'm gonna say more about that later. And 2 more speakers on the rear dash that covers the trunk. Now keep in mind, the woofers, you can see them if you open the trunk, but from here, from inside the cabin, you cannot see like a circle for the woofer. The reason why is because the woofer is under the mesh cover, so you only see the 2 speakers, but you do not see the woofers. But keep in mind, there is basically 4 speakers that are on that rear dash that covers the trunk. So it's 4 speakers on the rear cover that covers the trunk, 2 more in the doors, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 3 more in the dash. Pause. Okay, you guys, so I need to make a disclaimer because I posted this video. As you can tell, I'm not wearing the same gloves. So I posted this video and I pretty much said that Tesla was lying that the car has 17 speakers when in reality it has 15. So no, I was wrong because one of you clocked me so bad the second I posted that video. Danielle commented this comment right here, and I was like, let me go check if he is right. So I went with my ear right here throughout this whole thing, right? There used to be a speaker grill in previous Teslas. So right now, they actually did not remove the speaker. The speaker is still here. It's underneath the fabric. And Danielle is right, so thanks for clocking me. I'm gonna re-upload it with updated information. So the Tesla has 17 speakers. So it's 15 all around, and 2 more hidden ones are in each side right here that still work for the immersive sound. Like I said, like 2 years ago in my previous video, I said that you have to dial immersive sound, like Daniel also said in his comment. You have to dial immersive sound to really hear the speakers. And since my own immersive sound is always at the maximum, it's surprising to me that I never heard the speakers until I like actually put my ear in there. So I don't know if it's like the fabric's fault, but needless to say, the speakers here, it's 17 total. This right here is not a speaker. Let me just tell you about the new woofers and what happened that they removed the subwoofer. So previously, they removed the middle tweeter. There used to be 4 speakers in the dash. Now, ever since they removed the ultrasonics from the cars, they removed the middle dash tweeter. It really affected how loud the car gets. And I already made 2 videos about it, so I'm not gonna go over it. This time they removed the actual subwoofer that used to be in the trunk on the right side, and they replaced it with 2 woofers. So this time I have to give them their 2s. They decided to use the space of the trunk as a vacuum to emulate the subwoofer. So they put those 2 woofers that push a lot of air into the empty space of the trunk, and that creates a lot of bass. So I'm gonna give them their 2s, not the 10s, but their 2s. And I think it's very clever. They've done the same with the Cybertruck because the Cybertruck obviously cannot just have enough space to put the big subwoofer from the Model Y. So the Model Y right now still has the actual subwoofer. Model 3 refresh Highland got it removed. So they're trying to utilize the empty space, and it's actually very noticeable. If you play something with the bass and you put your hand underneath that woofer, you can just feel the air that it pushes down. It'll result in a better sound. let's find out with the tests that I'm about to do. So keep in mind that I will mute the track, the one track with the pure vocals that I test on all my previous videos, where I test how loud the system gets. That track is copyrighted, so I will mute it and you will only see how loud that track gets. But the other tracks are copyright free, so you will hear. Obviously, also keep in mind that the microphones that I'm recording on gonna muffle the sound to not make it peak, so it's not gonna be as loud, but in reality it is very loud.
Secret.
So as you can see, this car does not peak the same as the 2021 Model 3 Performance. It does not peak the same as the Cybertruck, obviously, despite the fact that they're all using the same speakers. The difference is really the woofer slash subwoofer. Another thing is that software-wise, I've seen it before and I also made a video about it, that software-wise, they can tweak the current speakers. So even though they're using the same speakers, but they can, via software, make some of the cars sound louder than the other ones. 2021 Model 3 Performance with 14 speakers and one actual subwoofer peaked at 111. So between that and the Cybertruck was only 1 decibel different, but it's so significant. I don't remember what Model Y peaked with the actual subwoofer and 13 speakers when they removed the middle one, aka the current Model Y, until the refresh. I believe it was like 106, so very like the same as this car. The other difference is that we do not have an actual subwoofer, so the bass is not the same. Because before, I can just tell you, the seat used to literally like vibrate, like the whole seat would vibrate. Right now, they, like I said, trying to like emulate the subwoofer by putting 2 woofers and using the trunk space. Yes, it produced bass. It does not hit the same as before. I'm just say that. So with that being said, here's my updated ranking. So the first place, I will put the 2021 Model 3 Performance with 14 speakers and the actual subwoofer. The second place, I'll put the Cybertruck with 13 speakers and 2 woofers. And the third place is going to be this 2024 Model 3 Performance slash long range all-wheel drive. Not to mention about the Model Y, the 2023, aka the current one. It's the fourth place. It's not impressive whatsoever. It's actually very bad. I feel like the second they removed that tweeter in the front, it just became horrible. I'm not gonna lie, because that subwoofer, the actual subwoofer that's in the Model Y, especially because the trunk space is not covered like in the Model 3, but in the Y it's open, so that actual subwoofer produces so much bass that not having enough vocals, it like affects it significantly. So you will really have to dial it down a little bit. In my subject video, I need to make a disclaimer because I put my settings as the subwoofer to like 5 and the bass at 5. But I do not recommend doing that because too much bass as well. And I put it at 3 and 3. So yeah, the audio system is amazing. Is it better than before? No. I hope this answered some of your questions. And if you do decide to buy your own Tesla, just know that you can use my link to get $1,000 off. It's limited to 10 people per year. I know already like 5 people used it, so I only have 5 more people that can use my link. So if by the time you're watching this, you try to use my link and it says the limit has been reached, just use somebody else's link. But to everyone who has ever used my link over the years, thank you so much, because you're the reason why my car has had free supercharging for literal years and years and years. Go check out all my other Tesla videos, and I will continue making videos with this Highland Model 3 Performance. The next coming up gonna be the differences between the old Model 3 Performance and the new refresh one, the range test, and more. So stay tuned, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!